chair still holds your faded scar. The hallway echoes like it's carved by memories that used to speak. Now silence stretches week by week. The space you left is wide and still, a quiet ache I cannot fill. I reach for you in dreams each night, but wake to find no trace, no light. The space you left still holds my soul. I dust the shelf where photos stay, but every smile just fades to gray. I thought I'd move, I thought I'd mend, but I just miss my truest friend. The space you left is wide and still, a quiet ache I cannot fill. I reach for you in dreams each night, but awake to find no trace, no light. The space you left still holds my soul. Say the heart can learn again, but some songs end before they begin. You were the verse I never knew how to sing without you. The space you left, it grows each day. No words, no path, no place to stay. If love returns, it won't be whole. You took a piece I can't console. The space you left became my home. You smiled in that old photograph. I almost swore I heard your laugh, but frozen light can't touch the pain of someone gone who won't remain. Shadows in the frame still stay. You're here but always far away. I trace your face but time won't bend. You're paused forever at the end. Shadows in the frame won't fade. The corners curl, the colors bleed, but you're the stillness that I need. When life moves fast and breaks apart, I hold your image to my heart. Shadows in the frame still stay. You're here but always far away. I trace your face, but time won't bend. You'll pause forever at the end. Shadows in the frame won't fade. Some say to let the past be still, but you remain against my will. Not haunting me, but living near. A picture filled with silent tears. Shadows in the frame, so true. No one sees the depths but you. The photo shakes inside its glass, and with it trembles all our past. Shadows in the frame forever last. I left the porch light on for years. Though you were gone, though I knew fears still burned like fires behind my eyes. From every time I said goodbye, you told me love was made to last, but I let go and rushed too fast. Now every echo in this place still wears the outline of your face. What if I stayed? What if I turned? What if I loved you like you deserve? Would the night have felt less cold? Would our story still unfold? I try to run from the mistakes I made, but I still wonder, what if I stayed? Letters never made the mail. My heart grew tired, my words grew stale. I watched your shadow walk away, and still I thought you'd beg me stay. I see you now in someone's hand. You look so happy where you stand, but I still live between the lines of songs I wrote but left behind. What if I stayed? What if I turned? What if I loved you like you deserve? Would the night have felt less cold? Would our story still unfold? I try to run from the mistakes I made, but I still wonder, what if I stayed? I know the past won't change the now, but I still whisper to the clouds, if I could trade this pride I chose for one more chance to hold you close. What if I stayed? Would you believe that I was more than one who leaves? Would the house be filled with light? Would our bed feel warm tonight? I lost more than words can say when I walked away, and now I break. For what if I stayed? You sat beside me every night, but silence always held you tight. You smiled through pain, you laughed too loud, but never let your truth come out. I asked you once, you looked away. I thought you'd speak, I chose to stay. But love can't breathe in quiet air. When words are gone, there's nothing there. It's the things you didn't say that echo more with every day. I hear the hush between each breath. The quiet broke what love had left. You never lied, but I still paid for all the things you didn't say. You packed your bags without a fight. No bitter words, no wrong or right. Just closed the door and drove away, and left my heart in disarray. Now every voice sounds like a ghost of something I once loved the most. I try to find the thread we dropped, but silence ties what we forgot. It's the things you didn't say that echo more with every day. I hear the hush between each breath. The quiet broke what love had left. You never lied, but I still paid for all the things you didn't say. If I knew that silence was the end of you. You cried in ways I didn't see. Now all that's left is what could be. It's the things you didn't say that haunt the night, that won't decay. They live in shadows, live in me, like unfinished poetry. No angry words, no sharp cliche, just all the things you didn't say. You bloomed like cherry trees in May, while I just stood and watched you stray. Your eyes found light I couldn't see, a path that didn't include me. The sun felt warmer on your skin, but I stayed trapped in who we'd been. And while the world turned soft and green, I stayed in winters left unseen. You moved on with flowers in your hair. I stayed behind in colder air. You found the song, I lost the rhyme. You ran ahead, I missed the time. And though the birds began to sing, I was left behind in spring. Your laughter grew like fields of gold, but I was tired, quiet, old. You wanted skies, I stayed the ground. You chased the wind, I heard no sound. tried to hold you back, but watched you vanish in your tracks. And every bloom that passed me by felt like the echo of goodbye. You moved on with flowers in your hair. I stayed behind in colder air. You found the song, I lost the rhyme. You ran ahead, I missed the time. And though the birds began to sing, I was left behind in spring. Now every season feels like loss, a love that melted in the frost. You were the season meant to stay, but spring like you just fades away. You moved on with sun in your eyes, while I stood still beneath gray skies. The world rejoiced and time took wing, but I was left behind in spring. Smile for the photos, laugh in the crowd, hold hands like we're proud. When the lights fade and curtains close, only we know what no one knows. The coffee's warm, the dinner's made. We talk of plans we never trade, but underneath the scripted line, we're rewriting how to lie. No one knows we're broken, the cracks we keep unspoken. We play the part so well each day, pretend the love has not decayed, but hearts can't heal from what's not shown. No one knows we're both alone. You kiss my cheek like it's routine, but I can feel the space between. You turn your back to sleep at night, and I turn off the bedroom light. We used to talk for hours straight, now silence comes like it's our fate. We laugh too loud and love too light, afraid to face the fading night. No one knows we're broken, the cracks we keep unspoken. We play the part so well each day, pretend the love is not decayed, but hearts can't heal from what's not shown. No one knows we're both alone. If we could speak without the fear, would you still wanna hold me near? Or would the truth just break the frame of something beautiful but stained? No one knows we're falling, our smiles keep them from calling. We hold the weight with practice grace, but feel the tears we won't embrace. So here we stand, the hurt unshown. No one knows we're broken alone. You stir your tea without a sound. Your eyes avoid the battleground. I ask if you're okay. You nod like silence is your only god. The clock ticks loud inside this space while time erases every trace of laughter we once used to keep, now buried underneath the deep. Underneath the quiet there's a storm, waves of words we don't perform. You smile like everything's alright, but I still hear you cry at night. We look okay, but we're not quite underneath the quiet. You close the blinds before the sun. I fake a joke, you fake some fun. We're actors in a play of peace, but truth is begging for release. I watch your fingers clench the cup. You want to talk, but give it up. We navigate through every day, avoiding what we want to say. Underneath the quiet there's a storm, waves of words we don't perform. You smile like everything's alright, but I still hear you cry at night. We look okay, but we're not quite underneath the quiet. If silence builds, it turns to stone, and soon we're lost and left alone. But I would rather hear your rage than live inside this empty stage. Underneath the quiet, let me in. Break the wall, confess your sin. We've come too far to fake and hide. Let's speak before the love has died. We can still fight if we ignite what hides underneath the quiet. Your jacket still hangs on the chair. The centering still lingers there. The spoon you use still in the sink. And I still stop sometimes to think. The hallway echoes softer now. Your slippers wait, though time won't bow. I never thought the quiet hum would carry pain I can't outrun. It's the weight of simple things. A teacup notes your wedding ring. A folded shirt, a frozen song that plays when I've been quiet too long. You're gone, but everything still clings to the weight of simple things. Your laughter's woven in the blinds. Your voice still lives in lullaby lines. I try to move, I clean the shelf, but only find more of myself. I watch the light fall on your frame. Your photo still calls out your name, but now the warmth you used to give just lingers where I failed to live. It's the weight of of simple things. A teacup notes your wedding ring, a folded shirt, a frozen song that plays when I've been quiet too long. You're gone, but everything still clings to the weight of simple things. They say that grief gets lighter still, but this room bends against my will. The small things build, the silence grows, and only I still truly know. It's the weight of how we lived, the little ways you used to give, the open drawer, the window's light still holds you softly every night. You're gone, but all your leaving brings is the weight of simple things. I used to chase the days we lost, count the pain and tally the cost, but all that running brought me back to where you smiled and left no track. The past can't hold the shape of truth, and future's just a restless youth. But in this room in fading light, I find your echo every night. Nowhere but here I hear your name, through every wall, through every flame. I've traveled far but always find you never left my heart or mind. There's nowhere else, just this frontier where love remains. Nowhere but here. I tried to dream my way ahead, but always woke in our old bed. The sunlight fell like words we said, still warm though time has always fled. I walk the streets, I hear your tune, and kids that play and flowers bloom. And though you're gone, you left your light inside my bones in every night. Nowhere but here I hear your name, through every wall, through every flame. I've traveled far but always find you never left my heart or mind. There's nowhere else, just this frontier where love remains. Nowhere but here. They say move on, but I've stood still, not trapped in pain, but loving still. You were my home, my morning song, and that's where I belong. Nowhere but here beneath the sky, where memories never say goodbye. No map can lead, no time can steer away from love that stays so clear. You live in me through every year, nowhere else, just here. I used to sing when skies were gray. Now every note has gone away. You took the tune, the words I knew. I left my voice behind with you. You held it gently for a while, then dropped it like a fading smile. And now I hum but not aloud, afraid to break beneath a cloud. I left my voice with you that night, when silence felt like holding tight. Now words feel hollow, songs untrue, since I gave everything to you. I try to speak but can't get through, 'cause I left my voice with you. I write down verses no one reads. They bloom like pain, they bleed like needs, but every line still tastes your name, and every rhyme still feels the same. You were the breath behind my song, and now I'm quiet all day long. The world still turns, the sparrows sing, but I just feel the echo ring. I left my voice with you that night, when silence felt like holding tight. Now words feel hollow, songs untrue, since I gave everything to you. I try to speak but can't get through, 'cause I left my voice with you. If love returns, will I recall the sound I lost when we let fall the final chord, the open end of what I thought would never bend. I left my voice with you, so true. It sleeps inside the things we knew, and though I try to sing anew, each melody still leads to you. And I can't find my tone, my hue, 'cause I left my voice with you. We stood beneath the autumn sky, your hand in mine, your silent cry. You smiled like we were made to last, but love was trembling in the past. We danced around the things unsaid, built promises on words we shed. I saw forever in your eyes, but doubt was hiding in disguise. We almost said forever, almost crossed the line together, almost lit the stars above, almost made a home from love, but close can never take the place of hearts that couldn't stand the pace. We almost said forever, but we lied. The plans we made still haunt the floor, a ring you hid inside a drawer. The songs we played, the wine we spilled, the dreams that time refused to build. You left so soft, you left so slow, like petals falling in the must know. And now I walk through days alone in shadows of the love we'd grown. We almost said forever, almost crossed the line together, almost lit the stars above, almost made a home from love. But close can never take the place of hearts that couldn't stand the pace. We almost said forever, but we lied. I still believe we meant it true, but something fragile broke in you, and I was too afraid to stay, so we let always slip away. We almost said forever, now I say it to the weather. You're gone, but still inside my breath, a love unfinished like a death. You used to wake before the dawn, now I just hear the kettle on. No humming voice, no sleepy grace, just empty cups and hollow space. You kissed my cheek, then looked away, like you had nothing left to say. The sun still shines across our floor, but light can't hold you anymore. Like the way the morning fades, you slip through love in soft parades. No crash, no burn, no last goodnight, just drifting slowly out of sight. We broke apart in gentle shades, like the way the morning fades. You folded clothes without a word, played our last song but never heard. You left the door half open wide, like maybe I would run outside. But I just sat and watched you go, as dawn turned gold, then blue, then low, and nothing hurt like something kind that vanished without changing mind. Like the way the morning fades, you slip through love in soft parades. No crash, no burn, no last goodnight, just drifting slowly out of sight. We broke apart in gentle shades, like the way the morning fades. I'd rather screams than soft retreat. At least I'd know your heart still beat. But silence took the words you wore and left them scattered on the floor. Like the way the morning fades, you disappeared in golden haze. No tears, no fights, no final plea, just walked away so quietly. Now time keeps moving, love decays, like the way the morning fades. You sat across with tired eyes. I searched for truth and long goodbyes, but all we gave were half-formed lines and silence tucked between the signs. We never meant to walk apart, but fear built fences in the heart. And though our hands would often touch, we never dared to say too much. We were hearts that couldn't speak, drowning in the words we'd seek, afraid to break, afraid to bend. So we just let the story end. So close, so near, yet out of reach. We were hearts that couldn't speak. You asked me once what love should be, but I just smiled and looked at tea. And when you cried behind your laugh, I only nodded, held my half. Now years have passed and I replay the thousand things I didn't say. I see you smile in someone's light and wonder if you found it right. We were hearts that couldn't speak, drowning in the words we'd seek, afraid to break, afraid to bend. So we just let the story end. So close, so near, yet out of reach. We were hearts that couldn't speak. Said I needed more, would you have stayed or closed the door? We'll never know, we'll never see what we lost in honesty. We were hearts that couldn't speak. Now your name just makes me weak. We shared a love we couldn't show and let it fade like melting snow. You're gone, but still I softly weep for hearts that couldn't speak. The road ahead is dim and wide. No signs, no stars, no place to hide. I light a lantern in my hand, but fog won't let me understand. Your name still flickers in the trees, like whispers tangled in the breeze. And though I try to walk away, your shadow stretches where I stay. I'm following lanterns in the fog, looking for truth in every log. But all I see are echoes thrown, and steps I take I'll lead alone. I thought I'd find a path to you, but I'm still lost in what was true. The bridge we built is washed away, no way to cross, no price to pay. But still I stand beside the shore, waiting for love that comes no more. I call your name, it fades too fast, like all the dreams we let collapse. And though the light grows faint and small, I chase it through this ghostly sprawl. I'm following lanterns in the fog, looking for truth in every log. But all I see are echoes thrown, and steps I take I'll lead alone. I thought I'd find a path to you, but I'm still lost in what was true. Some lights don't lead us home again. They show us where we should have been. And in the mist I start to see the only path is back to me. I'm done with lanterns in the fog, let go of trails and names I logged. The truth I seek won't come through haze, but through the dawn of honest days. You were my light, but not my way, and now I choose to walk away.
You stood behind the window frame, your face half hidden by the rain. A suitcase sat beside your knees, like all our years packed up with ease. I didn't move, I didn't call, just let the moment start to fall. You raised your hand and dropped it low, like even that was hard to show. One last window, one last glance, no goodbye, no second chance. You left without a single word, but every silence still gets heard. One last window, then you were gone, and I've stayed here, holding on.
I wash the pains, but smudges stay like ghostly prints that won't decay. The world moved on, the curtain shift, but time forgets what love can't lift. I try to find a different view, but all the glass reflects is you. I close my eyes, but still I see the way you used to look at me. One last window, one last glance, no goodbye, no second chance. You left without a single word, but every silence still gets heard. One last window, then you were gone, and I've stayed here, holding on.
had known you wouldn't speak, I might have begged, I might have leaked the tears I held behind my pride, the ones I've only now let slide. One last window still remains, a frame of love, a glass with stains. No photo, just the world outside, where I once watched you say goodbye. One last window, one last dawn, and I'm still here, holding on.
Spoken glances turned away, each word you meant you didn't say. You smiled when things were breaking down, you laughed to keep from letting out. I held your hand but not your thoughts, you hid the pain you never fought. And though I tried to pull you near, you disappeared each time I'd steer. I love the quiet side of you, the part that silence always knew. The storm you kept behind your eyes, the things you never did disguise. You never said what you'd been through, but I still loved the quiet side of you. Traced your sadness on the glass, like every breath recalled the past. I begged to see the child inside, but shadows taught your heart to hide. You wrote in journals I can't read, you buried roots I couldn't feed. Still every flaw you tried to mask, I saw as truth but didn't ask. I love the quiet side of you, the part that silence always knew. The storm you kept behind your eyes, the things you never did disguise. You never said what you'd been through, but I still loved the quiet side of you. Some hearts were shaped in darker rooms, some grew with space instead of blooms. But yours still beat, still held its light, even when you turned from sight. I love the quiet side of you, the way your silence told me true. The words were few, I always knew. The hardest love is loving through the empty space that pain walks through. But I still love the quiet side of you, the quiet side of you. We circled homes and magazines, picked out the paint, the in-betweens. You said you'd hang the lights upstairs, I dreamed of laughter on the stairs. We built a life in paper walls, in catalogs and hallway calls. But dreams can rot if left too long, and plans alone don't make love strong. Now I walk through rooms we never filled, promises we never built. The echo rings of might have been, of morning light and violin. These walls remember what we will, but they're just rooms we never filled. The coffee mugs we never bought, the crib we picked but never sought, the garden you once drew in ink, now just a page I can't unthink. You're gone, but still I hear you there, like footsteps floating in the air. I sweep the floors of all we planned, with nothing solid left to stand. Now I walk through rooms we never filled, the promises we never built. The echo rings of might have been, of morning light and violin. These walls remember what we will, but they're just rooms we never filled. I don't regret the dreams we made, just that we let them slowly fade. You wanted time, I gave you space, but now I just replay your face. Now I walk through rooms we never filled, with tears that time has never stilled. The blueprints hang like ghosts inside of all we lost, of what we tried. I loved you more than I revealed inside these rooms we never filled. Your eyes blue when you walked in, but green with doubt beneath your grin. Your touch was warm but fading fast, like autumn leaves that wouldn't last. I watched the red climb up your face, the pink of words you couldn't place. You held the door then turned away, left yellow light to end our day. The color of your goodbye was every shade between the sky, from hopeful hues to thunder's gray. I saw your love just wash away, and now I stare with tear-stained eyes at the color of your goodbye. I found your scarf, it still holds white from snowy days and softer nights, but now the black around my chest outweighs the gold we once possessed. You didn't shout, you didn't scream, just left me living in between of all the shades that you once wore. I only see the closing door. The color of your goodbye was every shade between the sky, from hopeful hues to thunder's gray. I saw your love just wash away, and now I stare with tear-stained eyes at the color of your goodbye. I painted walls with tones you chose, but now they ache like wilted rose, and all that's left is tinted light, where you once lived in full and bright. The color of your goodbye still lingers when the night walks by, and though I've tried to paint it new, every canvas turns to you. I trace the truth but not the why, just the color of your goodbye. There's an imprint on my side of bed where once you laid your weary head. The pillow curves, the blanket folds like memory that gently holds. The mirror fogs but still shows too. The past won't blur, it's clear and true. You're not here, yet you're everywhere, like breathless air and empty chair. You left behind more than a trace, a shape of you I can't replace. It moves through rooms I walk into, it lives in me, the missing you. I try to fill the space you flew, but it's shaped like only you. I pour 2 cups, forget again that I drink 1 and count to 10. The songs we shared still find their way into the corners of my day. The silence sings your favorite note, the words you spoke, the scarf you wore. They form a ghost that never fades, it lingers in the light and shade. You left behind more than a trace, a shape of you I can't replace. It moves through rooms I walk into, it lives in me, the missing you. I try to fill the space you flew, but it's shaped like only you. Some say time will heal the break, but some abscesses never shake. I don't need more, I don't need less, just peace inside this emptiness. You left behind more than a trace, a shape of love, a sacred space. It doesn't leave, it won't undo, it bends the world in shades of you, and every breath I'm passing through holds the shape. I'm missing you. We stayed for comfort, not for spark, for whispered words inside the dark. The fire burned low, we fanned the ash, afraid of letting go too fast. The photos smiled, but we did not. We shared a bed, but dreams forgot. I touched your hand, it didn't warm. We slept through love's unspoken storm. We held on too long, afraid to fall, afraid to lose it, so we lost it all. We stayed in place as hearts grew cold, afraid to break what couldn't hold. We weren't right, but we weren't wrong. We just held on too long. The meals got quiet, time moved slow. The laughter stopped a year ago. We wore the ring like heavy gold, a promise kept but growing old. The sofa sagged beneath our weight of things we didn't love or hate. I kissed your cheek, you turned away. Another night, no words to say. We held on too long, afraid to fall, afraid to lose it, so we lost it all. We stayed in place as hearts grew cold, afraid to break what couldn't hold. We weren't right, but we weren't wrong. We just held on too long. Love isn't only walking in. Sometimes it's brave to just begin, to let it go when all is done, and face the end with open sun. We held on too long, but now I see that love should breathe, it should be free. We stayed in fear, we clung in pain, but now I step out from the rain. We weren't right, and that's our song. We just held on